Hi guys, it's Sarah Todd. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I just hit 3,000 subscribers, which is insane. I'm so excited about that. I just want to thank you all for your support and your love and your dedication to my channel. It really means a lot to me. So thank you so much. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys why I dislike the term differently abled to describe people with disabilities. I want to preface this video by saying that I am sure there must be some people with disabilities who prefer to be called differently abled and are fine with that term. And that's great. If that's the term that you want to be addressed as, you have the full right to prefer that term, and that's totally up to you. And I'm not criticizing that. But for me personally, I dislike the term differently abled, and I prefer to be called disabled or a person with a disability. I do also want to mention that I think differently abled is not as much of a recognized term when referring to the disability community as much as disabled or people with disabilities. So that's another reason why I prefer disabled and person with a disability over differently abled. As most of you know, I have a condition called acute flaccid myelitis, or AFM, which has made it so I have paralysis in areas of my arms and hands. So I consider myself a person with a disability. Now, I am a very happy person. I love my life, and I don't let my disability get in the way of me doing what I want to do. I have dedicated a lot of my life to raising awareness for the disability community and sharing a message of positivity to show that people with disabilities can do anything they want to do, and we can do what able-bodied people can do. Now, I dislike the term differently abled for multiple reasons. Like I said, I'm a happy person. I love my life. And just because I have a disability, that doesn't mean that I can't accomplish great things and live a happy, productive life. And it seems to me, differently abled sets us apart as our own separate group, different from other human beings. Yes, disabled people are not the same as able-bodied people in terms of our bodies functioning the way they're meant to. However, it is one thing to say that we're disabled, because yes, we are. Our bodies do not function like everyone else's do. But it's another thing to say that we're differently abled, because everyone's differently abled. That's why the term differently abled sets us apart more than if we were to be called disabled, because disabled is being real and honest, and differently abled is not being real and honest. It creates this label for us, and it makes a larger distinction between able-bodied people and disabled people. It separates us as our own separate group and makes it so we don't seem like we're human beings like everyone else, which we totally are. We just happen to be disabled. The term also comes across as condescending and patronizing. I know the intent is supposed to be good, and the term comes from able-bodied people wanting disabled people to know that they accept us and that they are trying to empathize with us. But the outcome of differently abled is not any of those things. Instead, it comes across as condescending and patronizing, like I said, because disabled people are not the only people who are different. We're all different. There are no two human beings who are exactly the same. And we all have our own challenges, no matter if we're disabled or not. So to say the term differently abled makes it seem like the only challenge someone could have that makes them different is having a disability. And that's not true at all. Like I said, we all have our own challenges and hardships, and we all deal with them in our own ways. Disabled people are not the only ones who have challenges and hardships. I also feel like the term sugarcoats the fact that people with disabilities do in fact have a disability that makes our lives harder. To me, it almost seems like telling a disabled person they're differently abled is how you would talk to a child to comfort them over the fact that they're different. It's like, do able-bodied people think that we disabled people don't know that there's something about us that's not like people who have bodies that function correctly. Of course, we know that our bodies have something about them that makes them not function the same as everyone else's. So it really just doesn't make sense to use this term differently abled to try to sugarcoat and hide the hardships that we do actually face. There is no reason to not acknowledge that. Most disabled people want to come across as real and truthful, and we don't want to hide our struggles. We want people to be aware of them so as to bring awareness and educate others. Another issue I have with the term differently abled is it seems to me that it is mostly able-bodied people who use this term, not disabled people. I really don't like the fact that able-bodied people seem to be coming up with this term for us when we should be the ones to decide how we want to be addressed. And really, if you know a person with a disability, just ask them what they prefer. For me, I prefer to be called disabled or a person with a disability. I don't mind either. I just don't like to be called differently abled. If you know someone who has a disability, just ask them. Most disabled people just want to be seen and treated as the human beings we are. And it's often hard for us to achieve that when we're constantly being set apart as this separate group that is not like other human beings. And the term differently abled only enforces that more. And most of us really don't like that. I don't think there's anything wrong with being real and honest about struggles having a disability may bring, and the fact that my body does not function like most people's bodies do. If I, as a person with a disability, could not accept that I can't move my left hand and most people can, then I would be in a really bad place of depression and sadness. And I'm not. I have accepted that I have a disability. There's nothing I can do to change that. And to be honest, I love my life. I'm happy with the productive, fulfilled life that I live. So I don't need my disability to be sugar-coated, to be hidden, or to be treated like a burden or something I should be ashamed of and tiptoe around. Because honestly, I wake up every day, I know that I can't move my left hand and I can't move other parts of my arms, but that doesn't mean that I'm thinking about it constantly or every waking moment of every day. But it doesn't mean that I'm never thinking about it either. I know I have a disability and I'm okay with that. It's the same logic as we human beings know that we're blinking. We know that we can blink, but we're not really thinking about it every waking moment. That's how my disability is for me. So really, to sum this up, I feel that the term differently abled comes across as condescending and patronizing. It separates people with disabilities as this whole separate group. Disabled is truly what we are. We are disabled, but we're not differently abled. Like I said, everyone is differently abled. We all have our own unique, different abilities, no matter if we're disabled or not. And it seems like it's a term that able-bodied people created for disabled people, and they shouldn't be the ones to decide how we should be addressed. And it doesn't capture the reality of having a disability completely and honestly. So if any of you have thoughts on the term differently abled, I would love to know what you think. So please leave a comment down below telling me your thoughts. I hope you all found my perspective on this subject interesting and enlightening, and I hope you all learned something from my opinions. I post new YouTube videos every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, so make sure you look out for those. And please subscribe to my channel and make sure to hit the notification bell so you never miss a video that I post. And please follow me on social media. I have them linked in the description box below. I will see you all at next week's video. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.